The 2009 FA Cup campaign began at the start of November for Leeds with an away trip to Oldham. Goals from Johnny Howson and Mike Grella saw them progress to the second round. Leeds were in great form with plenty of attacking options. They were top of League One but faced another away trip in round two, this time to non-league Kettering Town. The form guide didn't suggest an upset, but when Ian Roper headed the home side in front, a shock result looked a possibility. However, the ever-reliable Jermaine Beckford turned in a Robert Snodgrass low cross to take the game to a replay.
Well, when the third round draw was made, we'd just sneaked a draw against Kettering away. And you're there with their manager seeing the draw come out and it's like, wow, Manchester United away. For both teams, we knew we had to go back to Elland Road and beat Kettering, and they took us to extra time. Not a lot of people probably remember that, and they give us one hell of a game.
There wasn't one person that was quiet on the coach on the way back up. We were all laughing and joking and cheering and everything. We were excited, but we also knew it was a massive, massive ask. You know, we had to finish off, we had to beat Kettering first and foremost.
Leeds were in control of the replay after Luciano Becchio gave them the lead. However, after the break, Kettering equalised, and with Lee Harper repeatedly keeping Leeds out, the game headed for extra time.
Thomas slides in on Bromby. Bromby's got away from Thomas here. Thomas slides back in, still going, and the ball is with Mike Grella. That's the substitution that Simon Grayson made, and that's the substitution that has paid off for Leeds. In front of the Kop end, Mike Grella makes it 2 in 2 rounds of the FA Cup. It's Snodgrass, they're queuing up in the middle. Still Robert Snodgrass, ball across, there is the third. It's Trésor Kandol, it's round 3 for Leeds, and it's destination Old Trafford. Manchester United awaits.
Manchester United against Leeds United was the tie of the third round, and ITV scheduled it live on the Sunday afternoon.
First port of call was it going to be on because of the amount of snow around there. We went over on the Saturday night, and we, like every game, we had to prepare as if it was just a normal game. Yeah, players might feel a little bit differently, but we had to make sure that we prepared properly, that we were doing the same things, not getting carried away with ourselves, going over there with a belief that we could win a game, regardless of who we were playing.
Everybody knew that it was going to be a tough game. It's going to be the hardest game, you know, pretty much everybody would play through their whole careers. But the management team didn't want us to feel that pressure. So we knew it was going to be a huge deal, but the way we built up to it, the week in training and all that sort of stuff, was just like any other game, you know. But it wasn't, because when you're on the coach and you're pulling into Old Trafford, it's a different story altogether.
I encouraged my players to think that they were going to win every football match that they were involved in, whether we were playing against a team from League Two or the Premier League. I did say to the players that there is always one upset in the FA Cup, and I looked at the fixtures on the previous day, and there hadn't been too many real major upsets for the lower league oppositions, and we were League One, they were Premier League, and one of my last words with the players, we can be that upset today and go and have no regrets, and obviously the rest is history.
It was a huge game for both clubs as rivalries from years ago were reignited. Nearly 9,000 Leeds fans packed out the away end as they outsang the home support. Many had waited 6 years for this fixture. Man United had a strong side out with a potent bench. Leeds were without the suspended Lee Bromby and with Robert Snodgrass only selected as a substitute. 42 league places separated the teams, but Leeds started the game well, ignoring the supposed gulf in class. With most pundits predicting a Premier League win, everything changed on 19 minutes when the prolific Beckford wrote his name into Leeds United folklore.
Head up towards the left where Berbatov will just bring it under control and then try and turn away from Richard Naylor, the player by Naylor. He comes away with it. Is he going to lose out though? He's helped out by Johnny Howson, the two Leeds fans combining, and Howson looks long for Jermaine Beckford over the top. Here is Beckford, takes a touch inside the area. Can he get his strike away? Oh, and he's finished it off! Jermaine Beckford gives Leeds the lead at Old Trafford. Long ball forward, Beckford inside the area, and he knocks it past Cusack. And what scenes away to our right? 9,000 Leeds fans in ecstasy. It's unbelievable. Leeds 1-0 up at Old Trafford, and a good start has turned into a dream start for Leeds.
Well, I told you before the game, Tom, his pace will hurt MD. Any defenders it will hurt, and once he gets there, I mean, his first touch wasn't great, but his pace still gets him with the ball, and he finished it in the correct manner, right in the bottom corner. He's no offside, he's well on. His touch just took him away for the goal, but his pace can still get him there. And he dinks in between them, a great finish.
The home side struggled in the first half, with Jason Crowe clearing off the line, their only real chance. Leeds looked dangerous with first Bradley Johnson, then Jermaine Beckford, and finally Robert Snodgrass, all going close in the second half.
I think at the time you can't believe that it's actually still happened. You know what I mean? That thinking when Jermaine goal went in, I'm thinking it's about 16 minutes. We've got a long time here to hang on. And even when it went to 90 minutes and Fergie time comes up again, and you're thinking the board's going to probably put 10 minutes up and they're going to probably go and score 2 goals. But when you look at the overall game, we deserved to get something out of that game, because one, they had a strong team out and we played really well, and we hit the bar, Snodgrass let on as well, and we deserved to win it.
We should have had more goals as well. You know, I think it should have finished off at least about 3-1-ish, you know, 4-1 on a good day.
When the final whistle went after 5 minutes of extra time, the celebrations fully began. Leeds had beaten their old rivals at Old Trafford for the first time since 1981 and knocked them out of the FA Cup.
When the final whistle goes, I think it's one of relief, actually, more than getting carried away by a situation that actually we just won a football match at one of the biggest rivals that we could play. We were the Premier League champions, and immense proudness amongst the players. And you could see, obviously, the celebrations after for us all, and then going over to the 9,000 Leeds fans afterwards was a moment that everybody will cherish. And I always remember that going out to do my press with Paul Hughes, and you come out in the tunnel area, and we had to go to where the halfway line is and up to the radio area, and Hughes is walking really quickly, and I said, look, slow down, the 9,000 Leeds fans are there. This isn't going to happen probably ever again in our lifetime. So let's enjoy this walk. Let them sing my name a little bit more, and I can embrace it and enjoy it. And it is, you have, because you can have bad times in life, in sport, in football. So when you get them good ones, make sure that you enjoy them as well as personally, but professionally as well.
When did you know, after scoring that day, that you kind of go down forever in kind of legendary status at getting that goal?
If I'm honest, I don't really know. When I got back to Leeds, I think, I went out for something to eat with my missus to unwind, because I was exhausted, emotionally and physically exhausted. I just wanted to grab something to eat. But when we went out to get some food, it was just carnage, like ultimate carnage. And I think that kind of let me know a little bit to the extent of what was happening, but not fully until I walked through Leeds City Centre. And that was nuts.
The FA Cup run that season finished against Spurs. After a 2-2 draw at White Hart Lane, Spurs won the replay 3-1. In a season that culminated in a dramatic promotion day, the 3rd of January 2010 will always have a special place in the hearts of Leeds fans.
The public of Leeds didn't know anything about it. The whole squad was sold. What do the people do? Do they sit back or do they do something? If it wasn't for those people, there might never have been a football club in Leeds.
Buckley knew exactly what he was doing by the time he came to Welland Road.
Big John, he was just a one-off.
Charles's star quality was undeniable.
Once Don was manager, he was never ever going to let Bremner go.
I don't think there's been a more important player walk through the gates of Welland Road.
His influence on Leeds United was immense.
I think everybody says the first one was the most difficult to win.
We were a young team that really overachieved.
We were a hard team to beat in Europe.
John Ray, a sickened man. Look at him looking up to the heavens in disgust.
It ruined 9 months of work for Leeds United.
Don, funny enough, loved Leeds. We love you, because he wanted them to be loved.
And McNabb only half stopping him. Jones getting it across. And Clark going in. And Alan Clark has put Leeds He's ahead!
I don't think he was actually looking forward to breaking a team up.
People keep talking about like 20 years ago, the good old days here. I mean, they're gone.
Every knockback I've had in football, every horrible day I've had in football was worth it just to hit that shot.
And I turn round and it's Vinny with his 12 bore pressed against my head.
From that moment on, the Champions League just became a dream.
We didn't know he was borrowing all this money.
We need to get 2 goals to get promoted.
I will forever cherish that moment.
There's no reason why we can't compete with the top teams.